Hello, I am Taiwan J. and I will discuss the history of Europe. Europe, second smallest of the world's continents, composed of the westward projecting peninsulas of Eurasia, the great landmass that is shares with Asia, and occupying nearly 1/15 of the world's total land area. Europe's history is marked by many conflicts. Conflict was constant during the time the Roman Empire ruled the European continent. Kings fought for power and wealth in the Middle Ages, and often in the name of religious and ideological causes. People have been split along religious, ideological, ethnic, and geographical lines, all of which contributed to the worldwide wars that erupted after Europe established its overseas empires and culminated in World War II. The history of Eurasia is the history of continent that includes the Middle East, South Asia, East Asia, Southeast Asia, and Western Europe, with the inner bulk of the Eurasian steppe connecting Central Asia and Eastern Europe. From a Eurasian perspective, history is about finding genetic, cultural, and linguistic links between ancient Eurasian civilizations. This search may have started with trade along the steppe route, the early Silk Road. Central Asia is interesting to many scholars because it might be where people who spoke Proto-Indo-European came from and where chariot warfare started.
Hi everyone, my name is Tixime Austria and here are the 10 amazing facts about Europe. First, Europe is the second smallest continent. The world has 7 continents. Australia is the smallest when it comes to the area, whereas Antarctica is the smallest when it comes to population, and Europe is the second smallest. Second, Europe has the world's small country, the Vatican City. Even though its name makes it sound like a city, the Vatican City is its own country. The Vatican City is in Italy, surrounded by the city of Rome. It is where the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church is and where the Pope lives. Third, 3/4 of world's potatoes comes from Europe. In Europe, they love potatoes, be it as chips with a roast dinner or as mash. Fourth, the continent of Europe has 44 countries. Countries include France, the United Kingdom, Finland, and Portugal. Fifth, the country with the biggest population in Europe is Russia. Russia has more people living in it than any other country. 145 million people live in Russia. The next country with the most people living in it is Germany, followed by the United Kingdom. Sixth, the Louvre is the most visited attraction in Europe. The Louvre is an art gallery in Paris, France. You can see lots of famous paintings at the Louvre, including the Mona Lisa. Seventh, Europe is home to the world's largest church, the St. Peter's Basilica. St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City is 222 meters long, 152 meters wide, 137 meters tall, and has room for 60,000 people. 8. The Czech Republic has the most castles in Europe. The country has 932 castles. Even if you visited one castle a day, it would take you over 2 years to see them all. 9. There are more than 200 languages spoken in Europe. 200 different languages are spoken across Europe. Of all of these, only 24 are recognized as the official languages of European Union. These include English, French, and German. The most common language spoken in Europe is English, and 38% of the European population can speak it. 10th, Christianity is the biggest religion in Europe. The biggest religions in Europe are Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. And that's the end of the basic facts about Europe.
Hello everyone, I'm Lian Claire Sanoy, and I'm here to discuss all about the cultural aspects of Europe. After knowing and learning about the basic facts of Europe, let's now proceed on the different cultural aspects of this continent. Firstly, let's proceed to the different languages of Europe. The Europe has 24 official languages. When it comes to their food, they have a variety of foods every country. We have here the top 10 authentic foods from Europe. First is we have the escargot from France. Land snails are cooked in garlic and parsley, butter, among other seasonings, before being returned to their shell for serving. They are considered to be a delicacy in France, so can be quite expensive, but this doesn't stop the locals. It is estimated that the French eat 40,000 metric tons of snails every year. Next is we have the fish and chips from England. Traditionally, the fish will be deep fried in a butter and served with chips. Common accompaniments include mashed peas, curry sauce, and gravy. The third one is we have the herring from the Netherlands. Herring is often served as a snack, sometimes plain or with cut pickles and onions. According to the locals, the best way to eat the herring is to grab it by the tail and hold it over your mouth. Next is we have the gyros from Greece. It is arguably Greece's most famous dish. It is usually made from pork or chicken, which is cooked on a rotisserie and served alongside onion, tomato, French fries, and tzatziki sauce. It is commonly sold as street food where the meat and salad will be served in a pita bread. Then we have the cheese fondue from the Switzerland. The word fondue originates from the French word fondre, which means to melt. Traditionally made from a melted combination of emmental and cheeses, the fondue is served in a communal pot. Participants will then dip pieces of bread into the mix using a long stem fork. Next is we have the paella from Spain. This rice dish originates from Valencia and comes in many different varieties, including the most traditional paella Valencia, which is with meat, green beans, and butter beans. Then the paella de marisco, which is with seafood, and paella mixta with seafood, meat, and vegetables. It is cooked over an open fire in a specialty paella pan, which is shallow with side handles. Next is we have the pizza from Italy. Although pizza is a popular food all over the world, no one makes it quite like the Italians. It is believed that the earliest pizzas, which resemble what we think of as pizza today anyway, were created by the Neapolitans, which is the people from the Italian city of Naples. Flatbreads were cheap to make, so pizza became a popular meal. Next is the currywurst from Germany. Hertha invented currywurst in 1949 in Berlin. After she got hold of some ketchup and curry powder from British soldiers, she mixed in a few other spices before pouring the sauce over a grilled sausage. Thus, currywurst was born. Initially, the snack became popular with local construction workers who were rebuilding Berlin, but word quickly spread around the world and around the country. Next is the waffles or waffles from Belgium. There are two main types of waffles from Belgium: the Brussels waffle or the Liege waffle. The Brussels waffle is usually rectangular and comes with sweet toppings, whereas the Liege waffle is usually oval and made with brioche-type dough. Lastly is the haggis from Scotland. If you ask people to think of any Scottish food, haggis is usually the first to come to mind. This savory pudding containing sheep offal is mashed together before being stuffed into the animal's stomach. Well, it kinda sounds pretty gross, but haggis is actually pretty tasty. This traditional dish is usually eaten on Burns Night, where someone will read the Robert Burns poem addressed to a haggis, entitled. It is most often served alongside meats or turnips and tatties or potatoes, before being washed down with one of the Scotland's best drinks, a wee drum of whiskey. When it comes to their arts and crafts, the art of Europe or Western art encompasses the history of visual art in Europe. Between the Paleolithic and the Iron Age, mobile Upper Paleolithic rock and cave painting and petroglyph art were the origins of European prehistoric art. Written histories of European art often begin with the art of ancient Israel and the ancient Asian civilizations. Dating from the 3rd millennium BC, alongside these notable cultures, there was art in some form everywhere in Europe, where people left remnants like carvings, decorated artifacts, and enormous standing stones. However, the art of ancient Greece, which Rome adopted, transformed and spread across much of Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia with the Roman Empire, is the first to reveal a consistent pattern of artistic development within Europe. And then, their costume. Traditional European clothing often tells a story about a place and its people, and there is a wide variety between countries. First is we have the kokoshnik from Russia, and then this from Iceland, Either from Ireland, Joka from Georgia, Vishivaka from Ukraine, Kroya from the Czech Republic, Bro from Slovakia, Polkadart from Denmark, and then from Faroe Island, and then lastly is the Revarident from Estonia. Also, as mentioned in basic facts, the major religions currently dominating European culture are Christianity, Islam, and Judaism.
If Europe have different languages, religion, foods, customs, and arts and crafts, Europe also have different types of dances and written literature. European cultures have dances that are identity markers. Some examples include the Schussbattler or the slap dance of Germany and Austria. Performed mainly by adults, this folk dance has originated from the alpine regions of Bavaria and Tyrol, located in southern Germany and Austria. This dance style involves the use of acrobatic body movements. Furthermore, this dance is also extremely popular for its colorful costumes. In addition, this dance as of today is also performed in many parts of Europe due to the influx of a large German migrant community. Jota of Spain. Jota is a courtship dance traditional in northern Spain, particularly Aragon. Also a genre of folk song that precedes and accompanies the dance or is sung only. The dancing couple hold their arms high and click castanets as they execute lively, bouncing steps to guitar music and singing. The singing consists of couplets, improvised verses of satire, love, or piety. The verse form varies but is frequently a 4 or 7-line stanza of 8-syllable lines. The music is in 3/4 or 3/8 time. Jig of Ireland. A jig is a lively, festive kind of dance. When you do a jig, you spend a lot of time hopping, kicking, and shuffling your feet. The jig is mainly associated with Ireland and Scotland, and it plays a big role in both traditional Irish dancing and Scottish country dancing. The jig also influenced 20th century African American tap and soft shoe dance styles. The source of jig is most likely the Middle French jiguer, to dance or to jump. Tarantella of Italy. Tarantella is a couple folk dance of Italy, characterized by light, quick steps, and teasing, flirtatious behavior between partners. Women dancers frequently carry tambourines. Tarantellas for two couples are also danced. The tarantella's origin is connected with tarantism, a disease or form of hysteria that appeared in Italy in the 15th to the 17th century and that was obscurely associated with the bite of the tarantula spider. Victims seemingly were cured by the frenzied dancing. All three words ultimately derived from the name of the town of Taranto, Italy. For the last dance, we have the Hopak or Gopak of Ukraine. Is a Ukraine folk dance originating as a male dance among the Zaporozhian Cossacks, or the members of a people dwelling in the northern hinterlands of the Black and Caspian Sea, but later danced by couples, male soloists, and mixed groups of dancers. In western Ukraine, as the Hopak Kolo, it is danced in a closed circle. The Hopak has no fixed pattern of steps. Men competitively improvise steps, high leaps, squatting kicks, and turns. Women dance simple steps, sway, clap, or circle. Western literature, also known as European literature, is the literature written in the context of Western culture in the languages of Europe, as well as several geographically or historically related languages, such as Basque and Hungarian, and is shaped by the periods in which they were conceived, with each period containing prominent Western authors, poets, and pieces of literature. These are the 12 famous European novels, from Les Miserables to Madame Bovary. Here are 12 classic European novels you should add to your reading list.
Hi, this is Ashidin and I will be showing you the top 10 destination of Europe. The first one is the Hofburg, Austria. Located in the heart of Vienna, it served as the country's imperial palace for centuries. Today, it's a home to several museums and cultural institutions. Today, the Hofburg was the site of the 1918 Austrian Revolution when Emperor Charles I was forced to abdicate his throne. It served as the headquarters of the Third Reich during World War II. The second one is the Cathedral Notre Dame, France. Situated in the heart of Paris, Notre Dame is one of the most iconic Gothic cathedrals in the world. It draws in 14 million visitors annually, making it the second most visited tourist attraction in Europe. Notre Dame was built in 12th century and took 100 years to complete. The cathedral is home to 3 rose windows, each over 32 feet in diameter. The famous gargoyles on the exterior of the building were added in 19th century to serve as rain gutters. The cathedral was severely damaged by fire in 2019, but is currently undergoing restoration. The third one is St. Peter's Basilica, Italy. St. Peter's Basilica is one of the largest churches in the world and the centerpiece of Vatican City, receiving 10 million visitors over a year. The basilica is a home to some of the most sacred relics in Christianity, including the tomb of St. Peter himself. Even if you're not religious, it's hard not to awestruck by the grandeur of this incredible building. The fourth is Palace of Versailles, France. The Palace of Versailles is one of the most iconic buildings in France. The royal palace was built in the 17th century for King Louis, served as the French government seat for over a century. Today, the palace is a popular tourist destination enjoying 10 million yearly visitors. Tourists get the tour and opulent staterooms, gardens, and chapel. The Palace of Versailles is a magnificent example of French architecture, and it will worth a visit if you're in France. The Palace of Versailles is one of the most iconic buildings in France. The royal palace was built in 17th century for King Louis XVI, serving as the French government seat for over a century. The fifth one is the Louvre, France. The Louvre, France is the world's largest art museum and historic monument in Paris. It's one of the most popular tourist attraction. With over 9 million visitors annually, located in heart of Paris, the Louvre is home to some of the most iconic works, like Mona Lisa to the Venus de Milo, originally built as a fortress in 12th century. The Louvre has been expanded and renovated numerous times. Today, it stands as a symbol of French culture and ingenuity. The sixth one is the Colosseum, Italy. Located in Rome, Italy, the Colosseum was built over 2,000 years ago and is considered one of the greatest feats of engineering in ancient world. Today, it's also one of the most popular tourist destinations in Italy, attracting 7.6 million visitors each year. The Colosseum was used for various entertainment purposes, including gladiator fights, animal hunts, and public executions. It was also known as a venue for Christian martyrs, who were often killed in front of large crowds. The seventh is Eiffel Tower, France. The Eiffel Tower is located in Champ de Mars in Paris, welcoming 7 million visitors annually. Constructed in 1889, the tower was initially built as a temporary exhibit for the World's Fair. Whether you're admiring it from the ground or soaking up the views from atop, there is no denying that Eiffel Tower is the must-see masterpiece. The eighth is Pantheon, Italy. The Pantheon is one of the most iconic buildings in Rome. This ancient temple is a remarkable feat of engineering, with massive concrete domes standing for almost 2,000 years. The Pantheon is also important for architectural style, which countless architects have imitated over the centuries. Today, it remains an active place of worship and a reminder of the city's long and fascinating history. The ninth is Sistine Chapel, Italy. With its rich history and breathtaking artwork, it's no wonder the Sistine Chapel is one of the most popular tourist destinations, welcoming 6 million visitors a year. Located in Vatican City, the Sistine Chapel was built in 15th century by Pope Sixtus IV. It quickly became one of the most critical places for Christianity, serving as a site for papal conclaves and other ceremonies. Today, it's the best known for its ceiling painted by Michelangelo between 1508 and 1512. The chapel was also home to many other notable works of art, including paintings of Botticelli and Perugino. The last one is the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Italy. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is a freestanding bell tower in Pisa. It's famous for its unintended tilt caused by soft ground in which was built. Despite its instability, the tower has remained standing for over 800 years. It's now one of the most popular tourist attractions in Europe with 5 million visitors annually.